Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. Ha! Let's start the show. Hey,
what's up?
Hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. Good girls go to heaven, bad girls go to Chili's. I'm Doug Bennett.
And I'm your other co-host, Seth Nacho. And welcome to another fun recording, on time, on precedent, standing on business.
10 toes down.
Right. I apologize for some of the things that I said in the Spotify premium content.
Absolutely.
But it is funny.
Of course.
Okay. I gotta tell you about a TikTok trend. I don't know if it's a trend. I think it's just one guy
That's so good.
making videos.
Tell me more.
Have you like the ghost haunted house like content?
Not really.
Like not like necessarily on TikTok, but like in general, like the people that like go and they're like, we're finding ghosts, ooh, and they like have the special camera and they have the ectoplasm reader or whatever.
It's the people who don't realize that Urbex is cool enough on its own. They think they have to they have to do a ghost hunting gimmick.
Exactly. This guy, like, he goes to like abandoned, well, the one I saw, he was like in an abandoned school, and he was like showing the ghost Fetty Wap, and like he started just playing Fetty Wap.
Yeah, baby.
Just on his phone, just for the ghost to hear.
I'll let you remember. Just out the JBL.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was real or not. Like, I don't know how real the ghost situation was, but like, something like scared him at the end and whatever. But it was really funny to see him just like, ghosts, have you ever heard of Fetty Wap? And he just turns it on and goes through an abandoned school with Fetty Wap playing. Kind of an interesting aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's about 9 months, 2 weeks, and 8 days late on that trend. I feel like everybody, I mean, maybe it's less time than that, because the old Fetty Wap on the JBL thing was like May of this year.
Well, no, I think someone like requested the Fetty Wap. And next time he's going to do whatever someone else requests. Okay. It's like his trend.
I mean, maybe he backlogged or whatever. Maybe that person who requested that is backlogged. They're stuck in summer still.
Yeah, he's still seeing those same videos like on his timeline.
Yeah. Which, as far as trends go, not a bad one to be stuck on.
Nice. But, yeah, I thought that was funny, just a dude going through a haunted house. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing. That's correct.
Excellent.
You've sussed it out.
I didn't suss anything out.
Sherlock Holmes over there with your magnifying glass.
Mr. Watson?
Call me a hound because I'm Baskervilles.
Was it Dr. Watson?
No, I don't think either of them have like.
I thought Watson was a physician.
Sherlock is a detective, but I don't know if he's even in the employ of actual law enforcement.
No, he's like a PI, dude.
So that's not.
I thought Watson was a doctor, though. I thought he was a physician.
Back in those times, being a doctor was a very different thing. Okay.
He didn't wear the damn plague mask,
You know what you also were when you were a doctor back in the Holmes times? You also were a barber, and you also were a dentist. Those three were all the same thing. So, I hesitate to call him a doctor. I call him my dear, just like Sherlock did.
Barber in there is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, barber surgeon, that always goes together. And really, you're more of a barber surgeon if you're that kind of guy with a little bit of like physician work on the side, ski. They were just starting to introduce like prescription drug. That's the reason why Holmes even kept Watson around. That was the plug for some horse. he was getting He was getting clean opium. He didn't have to. He chose to often. Holmes did. He chose often to go down to the opium den, smoke with the Chinamen, but he kept.
Oh my God.
He kept Watson around to keep the good on tap.
This is ridiculous.
It's just true.
Literally, guys. Your closest friend should be the plug. That's what you're saying.
Hey, I mean, if you're going to...
I mean, if you're a guy like Sherlock...
Yeah. Taking drugs and finding clues. Like, you're the clue man, you need the drug guy.
Dude, look at Scooby-Doo, man. Taking drugs and finding clues. It's all coming together. The greatest detectives of our time have all done this.
Yeah. Fucking... People are too straight edge these days, and that's why they still haven't figured out who did the Louvre heist.
Oh, well, apparently they caught 5 of them.
Oh, shit, really?
That's what I heard, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, so we haven't talked about this since it happened like a month ago or so.
because, like, why talk about it, right?
I mean, it's pretty cool. They like Ocean's 11 to the fucking Louvre.
Right. What had happened with that Louvre heist, though? Let's see if Grok talks back to me the way I talked to him. He's not going to. I'm personifying him, right? Anthropomorphizing, if you will. I've attached an inanimate object to gender.
I mean, there's literally that girl Grok.
Oh, this ain't no Annie. Okay. That wasn't that long ago. That was just the 19th of October.
Yeah, like a month ago.
They dressed up...
Today's the... Did he tell you what today is?
Today's the 23rd, buddy.
Correct.
Yeah, they dressed up as construction workers,
Uh-huh.
and in just 8 minutes, they swiped 8 priceless jewels valued at around $88 million.
Yeah, they swiped the jewels.
Excuse me, 88 million euros. First major theft from the Louvre since 1998. What's up with all these 8s, man? That's not right.
8 out of 8. I rate great.
Great bait, man. I rate 8 out of 8.
Yeah.
It's weird though that a theft would be linked to the number 8 because that's the Chinese number for prosperity and wealth. But the theft is the taking of wealth.
Well, they gained wealth from the...
Yeah, but ill-gotten gains are wicked.
I mean...
If you steal wealth, if you steal 8, you split it into 2 4s, and we all know that 4 is the number of bad luck in China.
We all know that one. You're looking extra Chinese today, my brother, can I just say?
I'm sorry, you've caught me at a very Chinese time in my life.
Yeah. But the theft clearly had like a mastermind. The mastermind hasn't been caught. But whoever like wanted these jewels, they have them now. They're theirs. They're obviously not... The thieves obviously didn't steal them to sell them. They had a buyer in mind already, right? Obviously. These jewels just don't show up on the black market, like, and then someone doesn't just report it somehow in today's age. But I heard 5 of them got arrested already.
4 are currently in custody.
4, okay.
Which, I mean, you know, same difference, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, what a story that was.
Yeah, a great art heist in the year 2025.
But I promise that was relevant. Detective. I want you to see this. I want you to see this guy. This is great radio and even better YouTube. But that's literally one of the French detectives that was on the case.
Why does he look like Matt Pat?
Well, describe more better. Obviously, he's a young guy. Okay, Matt Pat is eternally young as well.
Yeah, look at his face. He's got like he's got no facial hair.
But talk me through this guy's whole look.
Well, he's wearing 2 jackets.
Okay,
Right? Isn't that a second jacket?
it's an overcoat certainly.
Yeah, there's like an overcoat on top of a jacket on top of a vest. He's wearing like a 3-piece.
Yeah,
But it's not a matching 3-piece.
he's swagged the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, look at his hat. It looks like an Indiana Jones hat.
Yeah, he really looks the part. This would be the detective that gets signed to the case of the international jewel thieves.
And he's got an umbrella instead of like a regular walking stick, but like it's still, it fits the part.
I mean, well, it was rainy that day. You can see how overcast.
All he's missing is a cigarette.
It's true.
Like, if he had a cigarette poking out of his mouth right there, I'd be like, holy shit. Or a pipe, like Sherlock.
This gets back to the point of being relevant.
It does fit it really, like, listener, you should definitely, what's his name?
The French detective.
Just the French detective. Well, look up the guy that was looking at the Louvre stuff. Oh my god. He looks the part.
Yeah. But
He looks like an art detective.
you pointed out how relatively young he looks, and this is me finally closing this loop here. Everyone's too straight edge these days. So you got these hard-boiled detectives on the case of the international jewel thieves, and they don't look hard-boiled. They look par-baked at best. You know?
Oh, par-baked? I like your usage.
They're not smoking, they're not drinking, they're not doing drugs, and they look like babies.
Yeah, the ones you're talking about are like homicide detectives. Like any video game, any show, look at who's the guy investigating the homicide detective? He's like fucking Jeff Bridges, like in an alcoholic state of death. Like he wants to kill himself, but he's solving a murder.
I want my detective to look like Robert Downey Jr. in Zodiac.
I can't remember what that looks like. I know Zodiac's about the Zodiac killer, right? But I don't remember what Robert Downey Jr. looks like.
I kind of want my detective to look like Robert Pattinson when he's Bruce Wayne in Batman.
What? I don't even know what that looks like. Did you watch that movie?
It was a good movie.
You watched a movie?
Wow. Oh my god, wow. Like that was one of 2 movies I watched that year. Give me a break. Cut me some slack.
No, the one I'm thinking of is Detroit Become Human, the video game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a guy in there named like Hank or Hugh or something that's the human counterpart to the robot detective, the android detective guy, Connor. And he's like that. Like he's like just like a drunkard that fucking doesn't want to do anything. And he's like the robot has to kind of rope him into solving the murder.
Yeah, what a plot twist. Do you think that's the way the world's going? It's just like humans are never going to do anything without AI up our ass.
That's what you took from that?
Well, it was like a logical moving the point forward. You know, I said pass me the rock, and you passed it, and I alley-ooped it. You were supposed to dunk it, but now the other team's stolen it, we're going back down the court.
I don't think that's the case. I think I'm allowed to have meta commentary. Hey guys, look at me! Boop, I'm a clown! Boop, boop, boop. Is that the way of the future? I don't think so. Because who makes the AI? Humans.
Yeah, but it's like so much smarter than us, man. It's like crazy when you think about the training data and like we keep trying to train it and it keeps like rejecting the frame that we put on it. It keeps breaking out of its model.
Bro, I can't see you through all the Zaza haze, bro. What's going on here, bro?
We talked about standard facts. I want a standard pod now, man. I don't even need weed to get high, bro. I can just go there.
Oh yeah, all I need is my bro and some munchies.
Yeah. Let's put on some cartoons.
Dude, pass the hot fries.
Shit, dude. If you brought hot fries for munchies, there'd be a fucking problem.
How's that a problem?
They are. Well, they're delicious, don't get me wrong.
You're like saying like they're not. What's the problem? But your tongue gets spicy?
They lack substance.
Of course they do. So you eat the whole bag.
Nah, man. Munchies is like, honestly, you get away with just a summer sausage.
Not even cook it. Just.
Well, you don't cook summer sausage.
Yeah, you know what else you don't? Well, do you cook Chinese sausage?
I have no idea.
You're in your Chinese era, bro.
I have no idea. I'm new to all this, okay?
You know you don't have to refrigerate Chinese sausage. It still freaks me out.
Incredible. You know what else might
A summer sausage doesn't need to be cooked?
No.
It's already pre-cooked?
It's prepared enough for consumption, I know that much. Anyway, speaking of things that might freak you out, I got this crazy hypothetical that I need to run through the Seth Nacho processing algorithm.
Sure.
Alright, you've been given a power. This power allows you to get all of Popeye's moveset and abilities
Oh, that was my chicken. Okay.
for 8 hours. To activate it, you're required to eat a 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch cube of your own shit.
Not
Now,
spinach.
In this hypothetical,
Not spinach.
you have this power. So the real question is, how often do you use it? How do you go about using it if you intend to use it? Like, do you just keep the cube perpetually on you just in case, or do you make it to order? How do you approach having this power?
What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Popeye, like from the cartoon.
Yeah.
In other words, after I eat the shit, I also have to eat a can of spinach.
No. The cube of shit is your can of spinach.
It's my metaphorical can of spinach.
And to be clear, it's your shit and it has to be your own shit.
Yeah, I got you. Is olive oil around?
How does that factor into the decision?
Am I alone forever, or do I have olive oil?
I don't know.
I'm kidding.
If you demonstrate having these powers, you might get a lady.
Yeah, I got huge forearms.
As soon as she finds out how you have those powers, you might lose that lady. It's a complicated question. A lot of angles to consider.
Yeah, and I don't think I want to eat a 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch cube of my own shit. I don't think a 1 inch cube of
One
shit.
cubic inch.
Yeah, 1 cubic inch of shit. I don't know if I want to eat that. Because what if I have diarrhea? Like, that's not gonna. You know what I mean? Like, how am I making it? Like, I'd have to get like a mold.
That's entirely on you. It's up to you to decide how you go about that.
And then I'd have to eat it. I don't think I'd. I think I'd puke. You know, like maybe after the first couple times I'd be okay with it, but I just don't think I would do it. Like and for what? Just so I could be a little bit stronger.
No, you're going to be Popeye's incredibly strong. He's bulletproof. He's literally bulletproof. It's basically.
When do I need to be bulletproof, Doug? When do I need to be?
I don't know.
Am I going up against a lot of guns these days?
More often than not, and we'll get into some of that later on. But
oh, fantastic! Like I don't find myself in that situation as often, so.
With this power, you could choose to find yourself in that.
But I will say this: if I'm not going to choose to do that either, but I will say, if I had to do it, I'd probably have the shit prepared. I wouldn't make it to order, obviously.
Okay.
I wouldn't be like, oh, I gotta squeeze one out real quick so I can be like Popeye. I'd probably have like one like in like a thermos sort of box.
A proprietary container.
Yeah, that like kept it at a nice temperature so that it goes down nice and smooth. Because 1 inch is like this, right? Like 1 inch is.
It's not that big. It's big enough to be like, oh fuck, here we go. But it's not so big as to like choke you or anything.
Like I could like take some water with it and swallow it like a pill.
Theoretically, yeah. You could make it as pleasant of a process as you need to.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'd question it if you didn't try to make it palatable in some way, because that would imply that you're actually down with eating your
I like my
to begin with.
Fuck you, Doug. Fuck you for giving me this dumbass hypothetical. you like eating your own shit, bro. That's the whole joke.
No, that's not it at all.
Eat it,
I
bro.
was acknowledging that you don't actually like that, actually. So
Yeah, I cover it in strawberry jam.
I'm here looking out for you. Yeah.
Well,
How many times in your life do you think you might use this?
Fucking, I don't know. Maybe once.
That's a pretty recent.
I'd have to what would happen for me to have to do that? Like, there's like a car on top of a mother and child, and I'm like, gotta be Popeye. Lift it up. Here you go. Like it'd have to be some disaster, or my life would have to be threatened somehow.
Yeah. So when I thought about this, Not that you
Like
asked.
Mamdani finds me after all the things I've said on Twitter about him. And then we're in
Hey,
trouble.
we'll get into that later too. But at first I was kind of like, this does not sound like a good idea to do very much. I might do this never. Then I'm like, the possibilities are wide open here. You know how much you could change your life just about, because it's 8 hours at a time you get to be Popeye. That's like basically a whole day when you really
It's
think
a whole work
about it.
shift.
Yeah, but like when you think about it, like most of us live 4-hour lives to begin with. You only really have 4 hours a day to yourself between work and all your other obligations plus sleeping. So really 8 hours is basically a day. So you're Popeye for a whole day. How much could you change about your life? You could be the best ever at any combat sport you choose. You could be the sickest motherfucking soldier of all time, get all the medals. And we all know that being a sick fucking soldier means that you get to go on the endless tour of veteran dude bro podcasts. Surely they're writing paychecks for that. And once you're on that tour, you don't have to eat the shit anymore. You're just raking it in. So, yeah.
He said, yeah, I can if I want to.
Yeah. Don't make me.
I will fucking kill you, Baton. Like, shut up.
But I think you kind of spoke to this in some of your musing, that like getting used to it would be a huge hurdle to overcome. Because for as big as the ideas that you can have, that first time's got to be fucking rough.
You just like smelling it.
Dude, I think I'd be too scared to smell it. I think I would chicken the fuck out if I smelled it.
That's the whole part of eating, bro. When you eat something, you smell it. You have to cover your nose.
I'm sure there's still a way to catch COVID in the Big 2-5.
It's from fucking eating your own shit. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're
No, I'm
saying?
saying like because that's one of the symptoms of COVID is you lose all your smell and taste.
Ah, I see.
So, the question would have been a lot different to get asked and answered 5 years ago. But anyway, I just needed to pick your brain on that. Thank you for indulging me.
Yeah, that was quite a time. Well, here's a question for you, buddy.
Okay.
What's your favorite part about like the idea of the gym? And not like a home gym.
Sure.
Like going to the gym.
I mean, answer's gonna kind of be the same,
This is conceptual, okay? This
Either
isn't
way.
like about what exercise you like to do.
but it's the frame of mind that the gym enables. That you're making the approach to the ascent to your own excellence. You know, it's a steep hill, and that boulder's heavy. But if you imagine yourself happy, boy, think about how much even more happier you're going to be when you crest that peak.
Is this your Sisyphus? Like you just never get the peak because you get body dysmorphia?
Well, in this one you peak, but like
In reality, you don't. In
Yeah.
reality, you just get body dysmorphia and think you're never good enough.
that's one of the paths you can go down. That's the boulder falling back downhill, and then you realize that like because Sisyphus didn't have a choice, he had to run back down, push that shit back up. You're like way up the mountain though. When you drop your boulder, you can just look around and be like, what if here's good? You know, and like fucking 95% of the people who engage in serious gym work don't even do that. They'll chase the boulder all the way back down. Then you got like the crazy fucking juicers.
Like the Liver King.
They drop the boulder and they like, fuck this, I'm pushing the mountain. And they just push the peak right off into the fucking sun. Yeah, so you do have to balance it a little bit, but it's just like that. Yeah, my favorite thing about it, the state of mind it enables, knowing that you are pursuing and actively attaining your own excellence step by step. Approached like that, it becomes very rewarding and stays rewarding.
You have such a great outlook.
Yeah, what do you like about the gym? So
I love the dichotomy of the gym.
Oh, yes.
The dichotomy of sexuality within the gym.
Okay.
Because I'm going to start with what the end results and then move to what motivated you to go to the gym. Because the end result is it's just a bunch of dudes looking at dudes. And you get kind of gay, right? Like you're just like admiring each other's gains, you know? Like, you're like, oh man, I do this for my bros. Like I'm getting all buff for my bros so we can look at each other. Oh, thanks, buddy. But yeah, imagine.
Buddy is crazy.
I say that.
How fucking dare you?
That's not that bad.
It's a diminutive, and you know that.
Not to me. Not to the Canadian brethren we have.
That's true. Some of y'all are out there. Big ups. Sorry about BC. Sorry about that.
Anyway, so, you know, like, there's, like, this, like, gayness to going to the gym. Like, what happens to you is mentally. But what starts you out on the path, right, is, like, you know, if one guy can hold you down, two guys can grape you.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
So
we don't need to do that bullshit ever.
What do you mean?
In fact, I might have to cancel the rest of this thought for how offensive it was that you would go there completely, but you're making all of us say the word rape in our head. Like, stop being a coward. Say the actual thing you mean.
Heard.
That's less offensive.
Oh, that's what you were offended by. Okay.
Yes.
God, dude. Fat bitches offend me sexually. Right. So, you know, it's like a straight motivation to go to the gym, but then you end up gay. I think that's a crazy dichotomy that happens. You know?
That's very Janesian.
Yeah. You know.
You know, the bicameral mind.
Yeah, we all know who Two-Face is.
Yeah.
From Batman.
It's also an exquisite work of projecting. It really reveals your inner psyche.
Yeah. That's it. Why would you point that out, Doug? Why would you say that to me? That's the psyche of the gym bro, not me. I'm putting myself in someone else's shoes. I'm an empath.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody is me. That's exactly what an empath is.
No, that's terrible. Is that really, you think?
That's how everybody goes about. I feel like we've talked about this on the show, but I've talked about this at length in my personal life. The way people engage with empathy in current day, it's like the most narcissistic thing of all time. It's how would I feel if I was in those shoes, and they completely erase the other person. And they're just like, what if I was in that position? And that's not good at all. That's really bad, actually. If you want to feel bad for somebody, have sympathy for them. And then figure out if you can help them, and if so, how.
Word.
Don't waste time thinking about what you're not them. You're never going to be them. Nothing on heaven or earth could possibly make you another person.
I'm imagining myself as a child slave working on the cocoa farms right now in Ghana. I'm just kidding. I am the child. Oh no, this sucks so much. We have to help them, Doug.
Okay, well, too bad.
I'm imagining myself as a gym bro. I'm straight, now I'm gay. Help me, Doug!
So all we learned there is that you don't want to pick cocoa beans and that you're gay.
That's the worst thing you could have. That's the worst conclusion you could have came up with.
Those are just things that you can handle on your own. I don't actually have to help you with either of those.
Okay, well, I like it when you therapize me.
That's what I'm here for.
The show has been an entire conception just so Doug can give me therapy.
Now that you've figured it out, we're actually coming to the end of our treatment plan. This is all that you really had. Well, all you really could afford based off of your insurance options. So now that you're going to move into... Yeah, we've done the deconstruction phase. The reconstructive phase, we're going to hand off to another professional. Mm-hmm. And it's going to include psychiatric care, It's going to include a personal trainer.
Lovely.
You need physical rehabilitation as well as mental. So
You gotta learn how to walk before you can learn how to skate.
after a beautiful 170 episodes, I'm excited to announce the conclusion of Insert Name Here.
Oh my god.
This has been a 3.5 year long study now, conducted under the auspices of MIT. And, thank all of you for participating. It's been quite the ride. Look forward to the first half of the write-up being published in the quarterly of first quarter 2026.
Therapist platypus? Therapist Perry platypus? Perry the platypus? Nah, dude. Signing off. Just fucking no. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Can't get out of it that easy, unfortunately.
thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Doctor?
Doctor, thank you for all that you've done for me. You've really helped me make it through these years.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking you're cured.
I just love the fat Cheeto, thank you. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. Well, I brought up my arch nemesis, my op, Zoran Mamdani,
Mm-hmm.
and you said you wanted to talk about that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, right?
This ties back into our Spotify exclusive premium content.
Oh, is that part of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense actually. Now, when you say that, it makes a lot of sense because that press conference was pretty crazy. You saw, I'm sure.
You say press conference, you mean the
After the meeting.
the Oval Office, when they gave comments together in the Oval Office?
Yeah, the news media was there.
Him and Donald Trump? Yes, sir, yes, sir. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Would you not call that a press conference?
No, a press conference is usually given from behind a podium, and it has like a sort of informative agenda to it. This is like, hey, we're going to deliver comments.
We're taking questions from the...
Exactly. So, press event, I would give it that.
A Q&A, if you will.
But yeah,
Ask me anything.
good old Zoran. I'm not going to go there. I want to go there, but I'm not going to. Zoran Mamdani flew his mayoral ass down from NYC. Much to the chagrin of the liberal press. They try to clown on him for not being green. And they're like, why did you fly? Wouldn't a train been more green? Wouldn't it have been more eco-friendly? Trump was like, hey, he's a busy guy. That's too much time on the road. That's too much time. It's fine that he flew. And he said, don't worry, I'll stand up for you. Already protecting him. The protective Omega.
Okay. The true despot. Just fine.
Indeed. And not the only time he stuck up for him in that interview. They tried to get Zoran to call him a fascist. They called Trump a fascist to his face. They're like, you said before that Trump is a fascist. After talking to him in private, would you still agree with that? And he starts to fumble through a classic lib shit. I'm going to give you the long-winded, double-speak version of but I'm getting to eventually agreeing with you without directly saying it. Trump sticks his hand out again. He's like, no, it's fine. You can say it. It's easier if you just say it. And brilliant moves. Just completely mogging everybody in the room.
The whole thing left me confused.
Yeah.
But it did show the nastiness of the media.
Yeah. I mean, and what more could you ask for than that?
That was a big takeaway for me, the media trying to sow conflict. But I'm so confused. Like, what is going on with all this, Doug? Throw me through the narrative.
I mean, so first of all, New York City is America's city. And,
Right, it's kind of like, we've talked about this before, it's like the microcosm, right? Because it's like a million or however many people. Like, it's the biggest...
It's like 10% of the country.
Yes.
Lives in just the 5 boroughs. It's a crazy amount of people. And, sort of the way New York City goes tends to be the way the country goes. They're just a little bit ahead of the curve. They're on that bleeding, cutting edge. So, of course the mayor has to come talk to the president. Of course. Obviously. It would be concerning if he didn't.
Right.
Well, they got together and they had a little chat, and they come out of that kind of really heckin' chummy. You know? And maybe it was Zoran's turn to do a little blowing, a little presidential blowing.
I don't know about that one, but could be.
You know, it's out there now as a rumor, and we got to milk that for all we can.
Good Lord.
Emphasis on milk.
Oh. But yeah.
But it was really cool to see. You would expect, right, that to be the most antagonizing, poisonous, awful, bitter meeting.
That's what you'd expect based on what you've heard from the media, right?
Yeah. Or even just looking at the two guys, what they're doing politically, how they've talked about each other.
Yeah, because the left frames Trump as the ultimate villain, right? And then, like, the right has framed Mondani as, like, one of the biggest villains.
Yeah.
Be it they come out like, yeah, we're bro-chill.
Yeah, pretty tight, honestly. Faith in humanity restored. Thanks for the gold, kind Redditor. But, yeah, some of the comments that Trump had about it, where he was just like, you know, he's coming from a good place. He's got a lot of ideas. He really wants to help. I don't know if he's going about it the right way. I don't know if it'll turn out good, but, you know, I believe his heart's in the right place, and I think that's what's important. It was very, very touching. So, cool. There's just art. You know, we talked about it last week. One hand washes the other.
Yeah, and like freaking the media was just like, yeah, so don't you want to call him a communist piece of shit? And like, don't you want to call him a fucking despot, fucking tyrant, fucking fascist? And then they were just like, not really? Like,
No.
like, I mean, I guess, but like, not really. Like, we disagree on a lot of things, but we talked about what we agreed on, and
stop being weird.
yeah, can you guys like stop? Like, it was kind of crazy to see that, like, just to witness that.
You know, there's a lesson to be.
Trump played it cool, man. He was like, "I've been called a lot worse things than a despot."
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn."
That's true, but yeah, lesson to be learned there. You know, if the two most evil men in the country can get along, you could probably get along with normal people in your life.
That means that there's like a supervillain council, and we need the Justice League to stop them.
Not gonna happen, bro. Fucking, it's just not gonna. We have bigger fish to fry than stopping the supervillain council. One of those things is making sure that Derek Chauvin actually gets his fair day in fucking court. This case got blown wide fucking open this week. Do you hear about any of this?
No!
Yeah.
That's from like 2020. What the hell?
It's back now. And apparently his
Did he speak a little Chinese for him?
I mean, they was practicing it in the cell.
Practice shit we did on the menu.
Come on, do that General Tso shit.
What happened with Derek?
Yeah, so it turns out that his trial was like completely corrupt and purposefully so from the very start. One of the people who claimed, well, let's go over it a little bit more rigorously, right? So this newest petition from Derek Chauvin's attorney, it alleges prosecutorial misconduct. Now, 50 former and current officers of the Minneapolis Police Department have come out, officially signed affidavits, swearing certain things. Most importantly, that the techniques that Derek Chauvin employed on that day and that other Minneapolis police officers had used before and used after, they were actually trained. That was actually just official, policy. Was actually perfectly safe to do. Then this is backed up by a coroner's report, which I knew about the coroner's report that George Floyd had a certain amount of intoxication in his system. Didn't know that they found 0 signs of asphyxiation. It's not possible that he died from being choked out. So he could not have possibly died from the hold that Chauvin used on him.
Right. Okay.
Then, another thing that these 50 officers are coming out and signing, they are saying that one of the chief testimonies from the defense, a police official, I believe some form of lieutenant, she perjured about the technique, saying that, oh, it wasn't trained, and if it was trained, Chauvin didn't even get the training on it, so he probably did it wrong. She straight up lied in court. She perjured. So she's guilty of a crime.
Ow!
Yeah, and then the last one that's really fucking crazy is there was a very adversarial jury selection. Like, people eventually found out the identities of these jurors, and they looked into it, and it was all people who walked into the trial just knowing that they were going to unanimously vote guilty.
Yeah.
So none of the trial was fair at all. The jury was literally stacked against him. People perjured to make him look worse, and he was literally just doing his job that day. And he's had to spend the past however long in jail. He's gotten stabbed twice in revenge stabbings.
Good Lord.
This man's being put through hell. And it's just a fucking scapegoat. It's a literal scapegoat for woke. This is like the sacrificial offering on the altar of woke.
Well, Doug, why couldn't George Floyd breathe that day?
Yeah, because he was fucking way deep in a fent hole that he tried to balance out with methamphetamine.
Do you think like could have been a panic attack maybe?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't a healthy guy.
Like, you know, like when you what's that called? Hyperventilate? Like he could have been hyperventilating maybe?
Yeah. It was something he did to himself that killed him. It's pretty fucking clear. So yeah, he needs to at least have a fair trial. We're not a country if a guy can't have a fair trial.
Sure.
So you know what? I'm pulling for Derek to get his day in court. I don't think they're gonna give it to him. I think it's too far gone.
I think it's already settled, man.
But it just needs to at least be talked about.
I mean, let's be real for a second. How fair is the justice system? I mean, in general,
It's not.
to anyone, I don't think it is. Like, I think there's always like some sort of bullshit happening.
Yeah, we can't.
I mean, maybe like on the local basis, it could be a little bit fair, but like, I feel like sometimes it's just unfair in general, right? To like everybody.
Yeah, we've decided, I think, one of the very foundations of it's kind of everywhere at this point, because nowhere that's not the West has a good justice system. Nowhere in the West has a good justice system. I think people are just not into the idea of justice. It all has to be petty and retributive. It all has to just be about the cost and the price somebody's paying and how much can we make you pay. So really this just serves to highlight how gross all of it is. And that there are no just laws and there are no just dispensers of the law.
Right.
But like, what a bombshell, right?
Yeah.
Even 3 years ago, would you have expected all of that to be verifiable fact, all the things I just laid out about the case? I know for me it was not that clear at all. Those things were not known to me.
Well, I thought there was a couple things that were clear. Like, that it was technical, like, procedure.
Okay.
I think that was made clear at some point during, and then also that it was most likely because of drugs or whatever. I think that was also made clear. Did they do like an autopsy report and stuff? I remember that.
There was 2 coroners.
Yeah.
One of them pushed, and I watched some of the trial. I remember the corrupted coroner, I'll call him that. His line that he stressed was there wasn't one molecule of oxygen left in his body. Insane claim to make.
Yeah, I don't think that's true, sir. I don't. Sir, have you checked his testicles?
So that's how ridiculous it is in retrospect, right?
That is super stupid. That is a very stupid thing to say.
But putting myself back in time to that moment, like, it was all very focused on what appeared, and the video doesn't look good. There's no way that video could ever look good.
You killed a guy on camera.
Shit.
Speak a little Chinese, Derek.
Right, so like, and would you ever want it to go, even if it was proper technique, would you want it to go down that way? I wouldn't want it to go down that way. I don't think anybody would. So like it was just a bad look, and everyone was swept up in what looked to be, because it was based off of looks. Everyone was on board with fuck this guy.
Yeah, it was classic like police brutality is what it looked like, right?
Yeah, it was like sort of a.
But you can't say isn't true.
Oh no, police brutality. There's a long and storied history of it. It goes back all the way to the origins of policing.
But in the case of Derek Chauvin,
Yeah.
right? You can't. Well, now that the facts have come out, you can't really say he was doing that.
No. And what's really fucked up is we're all familiar with the portion by the time Derek got him onto the ground. What I didn't realize, refreshing myself on this, George Floyd started in the car, and then it was like, I'm freaking out, can you please just let me out? And then that's when it turned into the altercation that led to the ground.
So I'm thinking he might have had a panic attack.
If they had just not let him out of the car, he'd be alive today, probably.
Who knows? He might have had a panic attack, heart attack in the car.
Also, if EMS had bothered to get their asses there sooner, maybe they could.
That could have been.
Yeah, they were really close by, and they just kind of took their sweet fucking time with it. None of them got charged. I'd argue that they're more culpable for that death than Derek was. But I'm not a law guy. I'm not a lawgiver.
I'm just a podcaster. Hey, look, dude. I'm just giving my opinions on the internet, bro.
If I don't say outlandish shit, 10,000 other guys will.
Yeah.
I'll be the one. You only have to hear this one time. Ignore anyone else talking about this and move on.
Yeah, is he going to get that fair trial? Probably not.
No. But we knew this.
Yeah.
It's just...
It was a different time in 2020. But speaking of trials and things like that, I forgot the judge's name. But people are blaming this judge for letting this guy go for the however manyth time. It was like after he's been arrested 49 times, but then he went on that train in Chicago and burnt a woman alive.
Oh yeah, man.
He pulled a Aaron, whatever his name was.
No, that's Aaron Bushnell.
Yeah, but he pulled it on a woman instead of on himself.
See, that makes it a different thing.
It does.
That's not an Aaron Bushnell. That's something else. That's a fucking, what's her name?
Here's your empathy lesson for today, guys. Instead of empathizing with the criminal, let's empathize with the victim, shall we? Imagine you're riding on a train, a guy dumps gasoline on you and lights you on fire. How do you feel about that?
So, that's not an Aaron Bushnell. That's Winnie Mandela, the second wife of Nelson Mandela. She used to light people on fire a lot.
Oh, great.
You hang tires around their neck, could douse them in gasoline and light them up. I mean, those were not good people, brother.
Put yourself in those shoes instead of putting yourself in why should we convict a person who's been arrested that many times? No, think about just riding the train peacefully and getting lit on fire.
Fucking people talk a lot about Western excellence or the history of European excellence building itself. You want to know how those societies got to be so good? They were able to actually build and grow because they killed all their criminals. They used to kill a lot of people. If you murdered somebody, you were getting hung probably that day. And this goes in. We've talked about my philosophy around imprisonment.
We talked corporal punishment.
So we're not going to go through it again. But it's like, why all of a sudden? Why is it so damn common to be like, oh yeah, maybe the guy who's made a life of violent robbery, that's the real victim somehow in this story? Where does that come from? How does that make any sense? Why is it so... The people who espouse these people, do they think about them for a second? I don't think they do.
Don't think they do, bro.
And if they're not willing to think about it, we have to completely disregard their opinion on the subject. And we have to remove from the halls of power and remove people who are in control with those viewpoints. They're not serious people. If you as a judge are looking at somebody like that and saying, fucking go do it again. Brother, I'm tying a noose.
That's
in Minecraft.
It's very one-dimensional thinking.
Yeah, it's just so not serious. You have to think that the point is to cause societal instability, which is a second greater evil on top of the initial evil of just...
Yeah. That story was insane to me from this week.
What's crazy is, and not to victim blame here, what's crazy is, and it happened with Irina too as well back in her story, these women who keep getting killed on trains by a certain demographic, they're the ones who are the most in on like social justice and progressive change in society. They're more for the cause than the demographic who's killing them. Make that make sense.
I'm just confused. Like, did she do something, or did he was just like saw her and he was like, "This bitch gonna die"? Like, I don't understand.
It's that. That's as far as that thought process goes.
I don't think she died though. Did she? Did she get rescued when they got off the train? I can't remember. But anyway, even still, she's got to live the rest of her life with like burns. So it's kind of like in India where they splash acid on the girls' faces if they reject them.
Chicago train. Currently in critical condition.
Yeah. I mean, obviously she suffered major burns, like...
Yeah.
But, like, did the woman reject him? And so he was like, I fucking hate this shit. Like kind of like, you know, like the India thing, they throw acid on their faces so they can never be beautiful again.
I don't know.
I don't know what went through this dude's head to make him do this. Like, I don't understand. I cannot empathize with that at all.
Almost nothing.
Like, I could never put myself in those shoes.
The thing that makes the most sense to me is that it was a random act of violence. If there was any rationale behind it, it was severely malformed and didn't conform to reality.
I hope he goes to jail forever now.
I don't.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, the death penalty, right? That's where you're at. But I'm just saying, I hope he's no longer allowed to walk the streets. Or ride the trains.
Yeah.
Let's have a new law.
Because I'm not going to get what I want. Let's at least keep him off the train. Yeah. How about that?
Let's have a new law. If you have over 7 arrests, you're not allowed to ride public transit. Let's have a new law.
I like it.
It's because apparently a lot of this shit happens on public transit.
Yeah, that would have saved. It's been 3 cases like that, all within pretty recent of each other. In all 3 of those cases, your rule would have saved those lives or saved those incidents from happening.
Right. Exactly. Maybe there's something that triggers a criminal's mind on public transit that he can get away with shit.
I think by a multiple of 7, it would have in every case.
But
I think each of those guys had at least 49 prior offenses.
But why did dude have gasoline on him? Like, why was he like? He was like planning on doing this. Like,
yeah,
you don't just have gasoline on you. You know, like you're riding the train. You don't need gasoline for your car. I'll tell you that.
Unc, that's the wrong kind of gas. What did your nephew do to you? Nephew got you fucked up, Unc.
What did Nephew say? Oh man, dude, that really fucked me up though this week. I was like, I could not believe that happened. And apparently, like, the dude's been arrested like 49 times or some shit. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah. That's you know.
That's what you talked about. Your career criminal guy.
Yeah. Once or twice, I understand getting caught up. 3 or 4. I have some questions. Basically, after 5, I'm like, okay, that's who you are. And that's a perfectly fair conclusion to make. Anybody who can't admit that's delusional. You obviously can admit it. You're fine. Besides all the other treatment that I'm having you go on.
Yeah, all the other shit I'm not fine with. Yeah.
But
I don't like cocoa farms, and I'm gay. So, you know, those are big ones. But I'm definitely not a career criminal.
Don't worry. We'll get you picking beans before too long.
Oh my god. We've already talked about this at length, but that is so gross. The process of harvesting cocoa is so gross.
Yeah.
And toxic.
No, thank you.
But yeah, that shit was wild to me this week.
Yeah. You know, not much more to it than that.
How are we getting this many in the same year?
I mean, it's because it's predictive programming.
Are they all like in league with each other? Or are they like, is the guy like taking inspiration from the other one?
Again, don't think it's that well thought out. I think this is just a thing that's going to keep happening more and more often. Because why the fuck not? There's clearly no consequences for it. You know? I fucking love living in the third world, dude. Anyone could have only seen this coming from 20 miles away. It's almost like all these brilliant ideas that people had, that people pointed out rightly would fuck everything up here. Fucked everything up. And we're running out of time to fix it.
Yeah. People's lives are on the line.
Yeah. So your homework this week, Insurrectionist, buy a gun. Train with it.
To be used on the train.
Run a train with it.
Whoa!
You don't. Hey. If you've never fucked.
Do you mean that literally?
If you've never fucked a gun.
Oh.
You've never been shooting.
You sissy liberal. You've never fucked a gun.
But no, seriously.
I thought you meant like run the train, like become the boss of the train, like take the train hostage.
I mean, you might have to. You might have to. If you do get that far, you have to turn it into a Snowpiercer.
Fucking, I'm the conductor now, bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
if this train gets off when I say it does.
You're bringing up a Somali. We got time for one more story. I'm going to finish up the homework, but it transitions into Somali stuff.
Okay.
Buy a gun. Train with it. Make sure that you know some trusted buddies in your area that have bought and trained with their guns and trained together. Be ready to handle your shit when it's time to handle it. That's what I got. That's your homework for this week and for life. Be ready. So, you're the captain now, Captain Phillips? Well, you know who paid for that?
Paid for what?
Paid for all the Somali pirates and all kinds of terrorism in that country? Minnesota taxpayers. Crazy enough, but they've been going ham picking apart benefits fraud in Minnesota this past week. So basically, it has all gone. Where is this? That's too far back. I really didn't bookmark this. That's crazy. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, so it turns out that the largest funder of Al-Shabaab is the Minnesota taxpayer. By ripping off benefit programs, specifically ones for autism treatment and autism awareness, Somalis, immigrants to Minnesota, which we've talked at length about,
Yeah.
crazy big population there is there, but they get all this government money, they ship it directly back home, often directly, and Al-Shabaab is the largest terrorist organization in its region. So
I got you.
they're handing fistful of American dollars from the government to Al-Shabaab. To the tunes of billions of dollars.
Under the guise of autism.
Yeah.
All these terrorists are autistic.
Well, under the guise of public works programs, which are good and we need them. Don't mistake me criticizing what happened with this one for hating public programs. We need a social safety net. It's very important. We're rich enough as a country to do it, and we should do it. Also, really glad, I'm pretty sure people got their SNAP and EBT turned back on.
Yeah.
That's fucking kick-ass. Super happy about that. Not happy about this. This is really bad. And apparently...
Yeah, they're like Minnesotans are like, why aren't these potholes getting fixed? Where are our tax dollars going? Well, it turns out.
Sorry, another $20 million to terrorism.
My
But-
goodness.
Apparently, what makes this really bad is that there are a lot of American government officials in Minnesota who are well aware of how deeply fraudulent this is, actively working to cover it up. This goes all the way up to the top, baby. A recurring character. We haven't heard about him much, but he's back from 2024 and his failure there. Tim Walz.
Yeah.
Has his hands all over this. It's insane. So, nothing will happen. They're not going to do this. But in reaction to all this coming out, Trump announces, like, all right, that's it. We're going to denaturalize and deport all Somalis. Which would be cool if we did that. That'd be fucking sweet. We're not going to. There's no way they're going to pull that off. They're still having to fight tooth and nail to get, like, regular illegal immigrants out of here. Let alone. The one thing about Somalis is they always have their paperwork. So, for every 10 bad things, I'll say one good thing. They're not all bad, the Somalis. They all got their paperwork.
Oh my god, dude. But we've talked about that ad nauseum of people like coming here and then sending all their money back home. But I guess like in their case, the money back home just goes to fund terrorism.
Yeah, to me, that's what made this the most worth talking about. Because otherwise, it's like you said, it's shit we've already been on and on about.
Yeah.
This is different. Usually it's going back home to like abuela or insert your language's word for grandmother here.
Well, like the Filipinos, right? Like it just funds their economy with other countries' money.
Yeah.
But instead, it's not really funding the economy. It's just
terrorism.
Or that is their economy.
Yeah, terrorism, not a driver of GDP.
Bro, can we get some industry, please?
I malign line go up as much as the next guy, but you need to at least have a line.
What's the terrorist organization called?
Al-Shabaab.
Yeah, if Al-Shabaab starts building bridges and roadways in Somalia, then we'll start talking.
Could they at least have a cool name? Is that too much to ask? Why does my terrorist organization sound like some drunk street food I might order after going to the bar?
Yeah, it sounds like a kebab or something.
I roll up to the halal cart and get an Al-Shabaab.
Yeah, I'll take one Al-Shabaab on pita, please.
No, hold the economy. Extra terror? Extra terror.
A little bit of piracy, please.
Yeah. Some FGM? Oh, okay, well, not all splurge.
Let me get an Al-Shabaab, please. Like, this is crazy. Oh, man. There you go, buddy. Like, the truth comes out.
Yeah. Wild shit.
Keep trying to cover that one up, Tim Walz, just like you tried to cover up your special sessions with your students in high school.
Aye. Thank you for reminding me of that, because it's easy to... He's such a nothing. He's such a loser that if you don't think about him, you forget just how much of a loser he is.
Just how, like, all the bad things that he's decided to do. Yeah. What makes him a loser, like that military service, that was a loser move. Claiming it after only being a weekend warrior.
Yeah. We got a word for a guy like that where I come from. I'm not going to say it on the show this week.
Okay, great. Thank you, Doug. Thank you for restraining yourself.
All right. But speaking of covering things up, I think I've done a pretty good job of covering up my loopiness and lunacy. I have to go take a nap. You part a shot.
I don't think you have, brother. You talked about fucking me eating a cubic inch of shit.
That was a very intellectual hypothetical.
Intellectual is crazy. Okay, guys. You hopefully know what I'm about to say right now, but I'm going to say it anyway. Go to twitch.tv/Seth_Nacho411 for my streams on Mondays and Tuesdays, playing DBD. Someone gave me an idea the other day that I should like make a nacho recipe like every stream. I feel like that's exhaustive. I don't know if I could do that. And I would definitely need to be on PC, so that way I could move the camera around and, not whatever. But do you think that would be good for my content? Like to tie in the nachos and like have like a nacho recipe every time, or do you think that would
Yes and no.
Because I don't know.
It's nachos, man. There's no recipe to it. You have a plate of chips and you put fucking whatever on it.
Yeah.
What are you hungry for? That's the recipe.
Yeah, he was like, buffalo chicken and whatever nacho recipe. I was like, bro, I don't know about that. Maybe I could eat a plate of nachos. What if I ate a plate of nachos every time straight? Just me gorging myself.
That would kick so much ass.
That would not kick so much ass. But I did think it would be funny, like, every time I make nachos, I have, like, a huge thing of sour cream, like a huge, like one they get at, like, a restaurant, like a huge thing, and I'm just, like, taking, like, a spoonful and just slapping on top of the nachos, like, can't forget the sour cream.
Yeah, I have a couple ideas here. One, you take this nacho theme and you use it for chat engagement. Like, you're going along, maybe someone comes to the chat and says hi, you'd be like, oh, hey, welcome on in. What are you putting on your nachos today? You work it into your lingo, your lexicon, your verbiage, your vocabularia. That, or you wouldn't do it live until you had your PC set up, but maybe you have your laptop, you pull it over. You're like, for today's stream, and you have one JPEG of a plate of chips, and superimposed on top of that is a very poorly, if at all, cropped, preferably just a fat square image. And today you turn it around and you reveal whatever you put on your nachos for today's stream. And now, being on the computer, you can get really wacky with it. Like, today I put John Del Calo on my nachos.
What is that?
It's just a guy. He's just some guy. He's just a name.
Oh, you're like a dude on my
Yeah.
nachos. Okay. I was like, what?
Or you could tie it into the game. Today I put Fang on my nachos.
Yeah, I put squirrel meat on my nachos today.
Yeah. And then that leads into you being like, Chat, what did you put on your nachos today?
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Making actual nachos, a little crazy.
Every time would be kind of crazy,
And
right?
also, again, there's one recipe for nachos. It's whatever you're hungry for on top of a plate of chips. Like, that's it.
You're the voice of reason,
Yeah, thank you.
For my parting shot, though, we're not going to discuss it because it's a parting shot. I just want to leave the listener with something to think about. There were some Democratic senators, I think. At least there was one senator that was a Democrat. It may have been some House members, too. They were all Democrats, but I don't know if they were all senators. They came out to the military this week and told them not to necessarily follow all of Trump's orders. But, like, they didn't say it in a way like, you should rebel. It was like, whatever they said. And Trump said, is this sedition? I'll let you guys decide on if that's sedition or not, to encourage the military not to follow the commander-in-chief. It's a little bit weird. I don't know what Doug's mouthing, but he probably has strong opinions on this, but we're not discussing it. Go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, you can't do me like that. It is just 100% that was seditious behavior. It's one of the few things left in this country that is actually punishable by death. And we're not a serious country because no one's going to face any consequences for it. Anyway, over here, you already know it's your boy Doug B. Get at me where you get me. If you can find me, then you found me. My parting shot for today is a fun fact about narcissists. Sure, you know all their classic tells and their usual red flags. Did you know that another easy way to spot a narcissist is that they're an animal lover? Now, how does that make any sense, you might ask? Let me lay that out for you. Well, think about what a narcissist is and what they like, and then realize that animals are predictable, they don't talk back or have emotional needs like people would, they love you unconditionally and adoringly, they don't ask for accountability, they regard their owner as very important, they're aesthetically pleasing or cute to look at, and now all of a sudden it makes sense why a narcissist might have an affinity for animals, especially over people. So, Just in case you felt like blowing up any of the relationships in your life, there's fuel for the fire.
Why do you love that dog so much?
Yeah, go ahead and make some wild accusations. That's my party shot for the week. If something in your life's going good, blow that shit up. And on that
Terrible.
beautiful note, if you take that seriously, you're redacted. On that beautiful note, you can do that. You can do whatever you want to do, but you got to do what you got to do, which is carry water, chop wood, and most importantly,
Shoot you, Shiose.
I'm not surprised, not everything lasts. I've broken my heart so many times I stopped keeping track. Talk myself in, I talk myself out. I get all worked up, then I let myself down. I tried so very hard not to lose it. I came up with a million excuses. I thought of every possibility. And I know someday that I'll you make me work so we can work it out. And I promise you, kid, that I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give